Welcome, everyone. Today we're sharing some tales that unfold with chilling speed. Moments caught on camera that really show the thin line between just everyday life and something truly terrifying. These aren't made-up stories. They're real incidents, often captured in pretty harrowing detail. They really remind us just how quickly life can change, how suddenly things can go wrong.
Exactly. We're looking at situations where, normal events just suddenly took a really sinister turn, or where the unexpected just erupted into chaos, leaving behind this profound sense of unease. It makes you think.
Okay, let's start with Jason. He was on his way to meet a woman from a dating app. It was late, maybe 1 a.m., and the address she gave him was like 20 minutes away. In a part of town he described as less desirable. You know that feeling?
Yeah, that little warning bell in your head.
Right. Despite his better judgment, he pulls into this cul-de-sac, and immediately something feels off. All 3 houses there, lights out, total silence. So he tries to message the woman, check what's going on. She doesn't answer. Worse, she's unmatched him on the app. Gone.
Wow. Okay, so the alarm bells are ringing louder now.
Definitely. So Jason starts turning his car around to leave, right? And as he does, someone steps out onto the sidewalk, masked. Then they step right into the street. The dashcam footage is grainy, but you see it. This figure wearing what Jason called a creepy smiling mask.
Oh, that's horrifying. Straight out of a movie.
Totally. Jason's reaction is instant. He hits the door locks. And he slows down a bit, maybe to see what's happening. But then the masked person reaches into their pocket, pulls out what looks like a handgun.
Oh, no.
And starts running towards Jason's driver's side door.
Okay.
Jason didn't hesitate. He just slammed on the gas, sped right past the guy. Thankfully, those doors were locked. He'd locked them just seconds before.
That split-second decision likely saved him.
Absolutely. The person didn't fire. We don't know if the gun was even real or loaded. Sometimes they use fakes, right?
Yeah, for intimidation, that often works just as well.
And the spot where this happened, it was kind of hidden. Out of view of the houses, next to this long fence and bushes, secluded.
That's really fascinating in a disturbing way. How a digital connection, something seemingly safe behind a screen, can just instantly become a physical threat in the real world. This was clearly a setup, using the dating app as bait, luring someone to a vulnerable spot, a dead-end street, probably for robbery, maybe worse. The choice of that specific address, that low-key and hidden street, feels chillingly deliberate.
It really does. Jason reported it, gave the police the address. He actually went back with an officer the next day. They knocked on the door. An older woman answered, said she lived alone, knew absolutely nothing about it.
So likely just a random address chosen for its seclusion.
Seems like it.
Right.
Someone just picked it because it was convenient, hidden. Luckily, Jason's quick thinking got him out of there unharmed.
A very close call. It really underscores the need for vigilance when meeting people from apps.
Definitely. Okay, our next story takes us to a different kind of terror. The Gatlinburg fire. This was back on November 23rd, 2016, the day before Thanksgiving. It started, believe it or not, with some kids playing with matches on a trail in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Just kids playing. And it led to such devastation.
Yeah. The fire started on the Chimney Tops Trail. It was hard to contain because of high winds and really steep terrain. Firefighters were struggling. At first, they didn't think Gatlinburg itself was in immediate danger. But then, on November 28th, things changed drastically. The weather got worse, it was super dry, and the winds picked up like crazy. Gusts up to 87 miles per hour. Hurricane force, basically.
87 miles per hour. That's unbelievable. Fire doesn't stand a chance against that.
Exactly. Embers started flying miles into the city, carried by the wind, igniting everything. Officials said they sent out evacuation alerts to people's phones. But many residents later claimed they never got them. The system failed for a lot of people.
That's a critical breakdown in communication right when people needed it most.
It was catastrophic. The fire killed 14 people, injured nearly 200, destroyed almost 2,500 homes and buildings. The damage was estimated at around $2 billion.
Just staggering numbers, the human cost and the financial cost. Yeah.
And amidst all this chaos, a resident named Michael Luciano captured his escape on Dashcam. He was driving down the mountain with his stepbrother, and the footage. It's just terrifying. You see cabin after cabin engulfed in flames. Total inferno. You can hear Michael yelling, just pure panic. Oh God, Lord, we'll get out of it. Hit the gas. I can't see. Why is every cabin on fire?
The sheer terror in his voice must be palpable.
It is. At several points, they get blocked by fallen trees, burning trees. Michael screaming, "Fuck, go through it, I cannot be stuck." You can hear the desperation.
Just trying to survive, pushing through obstacles literally on fire.
They even got stuck behind another car at one point, an older man driving.
Yeah.
The old man apparently couldn't see through the smoke. Michael was losing it, yelling, "Does this motherfucker want to die here?"
Understandable frustration in such an extreme life or death situation.
Yeah. Eventually, the old man pulled over and followed Michael's taillights out.
Wow. If we look at the bigger picture here, it really shows how fast natural events can just overwhelm everything. Our preparations, our infrastructure, especially when essential communication fails like that, the speed and the scale of that fire, it's truly humbling. Makes you realize how vulnerable we can be.
Incredibly. By some miracle, Michael and his stepbrother made it to a safe zone. Their truck had only minor damage, and get this, their cabin. Even though flames were all around it, it survived with barely any damage.
That's astonishing. Sometimes there's just no explaining why one structure burns and another doesn't in these situations. Luck, wind shifts.
Truly unpredictable. Okay, moving on to our third story. This one shifts back to a very personal, persistent kind of threat. Stalking. We're calling the young woman involved Amanda. She was driving home from her boyfriend's place. She pulls out of his driveway and notices a car just stopped. Middle of the road, no hazard lights, nothing. Another driver actually waved her around. It seemed like someone stalled or something.
A seemingly ordinary, maybe slightly annoying roadside event.
Right. But after she passed the car, she realized it was following her. It started making every single turn she made.
Okay, that's when the unease turns into real fear.
Exactly. She starts making random turns, trying to shake them off, but nope. The car sticks right with her. So she calls her boyfriend. Smart move.
Good thinking. Getting someone else aware immediately.
He tries to calm her down, tells her, drive to the nearest police station. They were actually pretty close, only a few blocks away. And just as she's heading towards the station, the car behind her suddenly turns off, goes the other way.
Ah, likely realized where she was going. Didn't want to be seen near a police station.
Seems that way. Her boyfriend then told her, "Okay, you should be fine now. Just head straight home. Be careful." So Amanda drives home, checks around, seems clear, goes inside. Probably felt a huge wave of relief.
Thinking it's over.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Later that night, she wakes up. She hears noises right outside her bedroom window, downstairs window. She said it sounded like someone was trying to pry it open.
Oh my God. At her own home. That's terrifying.
The noise stopped the second she flicked on her lamp. She called her dad immediately, and her mind instantly went back to that car that followed her earlier.
Of course. The connection seems obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It raises that question about psychological impact, doesn't it? Even when the visible threat is gone, the fear, the violation of safety, it lingers. Stalking often aims to destroy that sense of security. And like you said, the lines blur between online and physical worlds. Someone can gather information online and then act on it physically, making the threat feel incredibly close and persistent.
It's so disturbing, especially how online stuff can escalate. What does that tell us about obsessive behavior online now?
It tells us that the internet can unfortunately be a tool for obsession. What starts as online harassment, maybe excessive messages or trying to get around blocks, can absolutely spill over into the real world. There's often a feeling of rejection or entitlement driving it. That's why documenting everything is so crucial. If you see those online red flags, screenshots, dates, times, build the case.
Right. So the family called the police, filed a report. They showed the cops the dashcam footage of the car following her. The police identified the car as a BMW, and they asked Amanda, "Do you know anyone with a BMW who might want to harm you?" And she could only think of one person, a guy named Christopher Kaw. She'd blocked him on social media because he was obsessively harassing her. And guess what?
He drove a black BMW.
He drove a black BMW. And to make it even creepier, Christopher knew her boyfriend through mutual friends.
Which means he knew where the boyfriend lived.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which makes the idea of him waiting outside the boyfriend's house totally plausible.
That connects all the dots.
Yeah.
The location, the car, the prior harassment.
Her boyfriend actually sent Christopher a message on Instagram, basically said, "Leave her alone or we're getting a restraining order." Christopher replied, acting all confused, like, "What are you talking about? I haven't bothered her."
Typical denial and deflection tactic.
Yeah. But after that message, nothing else happened at Amanda's house. Still, imagine living with that memory.
The fear doesn't just vanish.
Okay, our final story tonight is... it's just deeply upsetting. It brings together trust, vulnerability, the gig economy. It involves an Uber driver, Christina Spuza. She was 38, a mother of 4 kids, just trying to earn a living driving nights. On February 10th, 2022, she accepted a ride request. The passenger was 22-year-old Calvin Crew, but he'd ordered the Uber using his girlfriend's phone and account.
Using someone else's account. That's an immediate red flag, potentially to obscure identity.
Right. So Calvin gets in the car. He's wearing this sketchy mask Christina's Dashcam later showed. Covered his whole face except his eyes. She described them as glowing eyes in the footage context. Probably just the reflection, but still.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Very unsettling image.
Christina, just being polite, doing her job, asks for his name, says, "How are you today?" He doesn't answer. Or maybe just grunts something she couldn't hear. A few minutes later, she tries again, try and be friendly. "Did you have a good day today?"
Just normal driver small talk.
Yeah. Then the dash cam shows Calvin turn, look around, seemingly checking if the coast is clear. He lifts his mask just slightly and pulls a gun on her.
Oh, God.
He threatens her. The audio captures her terror. "Keep driving." He tells her, "This is a gun." She's pleading, "I got a family." He's telling her, "Drive the car, miss. Don't make this so noticeable."
Chilling. Absolutely chilling to hear that.
He told her to cancel the ride in the app, obviously, so it couldn't be tracked easily. Then a bit later, he grabs her phone, forces her to open her banking apps. He transfers money from her account to his girlfriend's account, the one used to book the ride.
So robbery was the initial motive, using the girlfriend's account to receive the funds.
Seems that way. And then, maybe the most calculated move. He grabs the dash cam itself, rips it off the dashboard, and throws it out the window. Tells her, "Do what I say and everything will be all right."
The attempt to destroy the evidence, it's incredibly calculated. You see the planning there, using the girlfriend's phone, canceling the ride, getting rid of the camera. He's actively trying to erase his digital footprint at every step. It shows a disturbing level of criminal sophistication.
It's terrifying how this whole gig economy model creates these vulnerabilities,
It really does. For drivers, incidents like this highlight how crucial things like dash cams are, even as they can be targeted. Verifying passengers, letting someone know your route, trusting your gut. These are vital. And for the platforms, it puts pressure on them. Better ID checks, maybe in-car audio options. It forces a conversation about responsibility.
Tragically, Christina's body was found 2 days later. An Amazon driver discovered her. She was in the woods about 50 feet off the road. Single gunshot wound to the head.
Just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
A mother of 4 killed just doing her job.
But the police, they actually found the dash cam.
He threw it out, but they recovered it.
Yes, along the route she drove. And that footage, it had everything. It provided all the evidence needed to identify and prosecute Calvin Crew for her murder.
Wow. So the thing he tried to destroy ended up being the key.
Exactly. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty now. A devastating story, but the technology ultimately brought some measure of justice. So these stories we've shared, they're just stark reminders, aren't they? The most unsettling things aren't always fiction. They happen in everyday life, just normal moments twisting into horror, caught on camera by chance sometimes.
Indeed. They really force you to think about how fragile safety can be, how important situational awareness is, and just the sheer unpredictability of people's actions sometimes. It's sobering. Danger can really pop up anywhere, from anywhere.
So as you go about your week, maybe just keep that awareness level slightly heightened. Be aware of the unexpected. These accounts show that while we can't predict everything, being observant, being prepared, sometimes that makes all the difference. Thank you for joining us for this journey into these real-life stories.
We hope exploring these events helps offer some perspective on awareness and maybe even preparedness in your own life.
If these stories captivated you and you want to explore more chilling true crime and horror, please consider subscribing to Horror Docs Everway. And if you found this discussion valuable, please like it and share it with others who might be interested. Until next time, stay safe out there.